beyond. Go beyond. Go beyond the game.
Hello, quick update because turns out that I wasn't able to finish those videos before the ETC, so at the time posting them afterwards, I'm gonna be going through the videos for the prep for ETC, and then I'm planning to go through the videos on the what happened during the ETC my game. Some of them I got recorded fully, some of them there were technical difficulties that happened, so I'll do my best to recreate what happened during each game and who do we play. Hello and welcome to another episode of Dingus Hammer. This game happened at ungodly hours at 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday, August 1st. Another attempt taking on Jolo, and he gets to deploy first, to go first again. So this time my plan was to put tribesmen over here, bruisers over there, and later on I realized I messed it up because I thought that the tribesman will be able to deal with his Imperial Guard really well, and turns out, nope. I failed at the very beginning of the deployment, but so he deployed over here, electoral, the heavy cavalry, tank, prelate, flagellants, sword board, crossbows, militia, Imperial Guard with both his characters, cannon, crossbows, wizard, and sword and board. And I deployed over here outside of his line of sight and shooting with the cat. Bombardiers inside the ruin, it's hard to see over there. Bruisers, cannon, catapult, cat, tribesmen with all the characters, cannon. And I scouted over here. During the Vanguard, I made the field DTs. Whoa. We went too far. We've gone too far. So, Jolo moved up with everything. He tried to cast magic onto the scraplings. I stabbed his missiles. He got altered sight on the cannon, and he got 4 wounds in the first round from his cannon on my cannon. He misfired with the steam tank and got a wound on him. He tried shooting at the scraplings, but they're in field and they have hard targets and soft cover, so it's -2, and he doesn't get to do any damage. So I moved my bruisers up, moved them 6 inches so they don't take DTs. I moved the characters back in. I moved the tribesmen like that so they will be on the hill. Move the bombardiers on the hill. Pivot them the war machines to be able to shoot at him. I put pyroclastic flow onto the crossbowman, did 3 wounds. I think that's including the attribute. Put the fireball over there. He stops it. No, he didn't stop it. He let it go. I got 2 wounds on. I move my scrapping over here to be frenzy baiting the. Did I move it like that? No, I don't move them differently, I think. No, I did move them differently. I moved them like. No, I did move them differently. So frenzy baiting the flagellants, right? And the catapult misfired. Bombardiers did a bunch of wounds to the crossbowmen. The other bombardiers also did. So between the 2 units of bombardiers, that's what I got in the damage. There's no way I can hide the cannon, so I'll be shooting with it. The other cannon shot at the steam tank, failed. No, I think both tried to. I don't remember what, failed to hit either way, so it doesn't really matter. The second catapult missed. I think I was firing at the Imperial Guard, and the cat moved up behind the Impassable. Again, the same trigger my flank, and it's facing this direction. So On Jolo's turn, he charged the militia into the scrappings. I decided to flee. This time I'm not blocking anything over here, so I'm fine fleeing. He passed the frenzy check, and he fails to catch them. He moves they takes on the T. He marches the crossbows and chaffs them. He marches forward the sword and board, prepares the counter charges in case I'll charge them. And moves the cavalry over here. He goes Quicksilver Lash at the cannon, and he gets it, and he kills it. His shooting doesn't do very much. Actually, no, it does. 2 wounds to my cannon. He misfires with the steam tank again. That's a wound to himself again. And this is where we are at. At this point, I was trying few things around. I decided that I'll charge the crossbows, and I'll be able to overrun into the Imperial swordsman. I charged the cat into flank of cavalry because I couldn't make it to touch 2 guys because he got too close to the impassable. So I was like, charge flank, and if between your 2 attacks you won't kill it, I'll win, and let's see if you can get your leadership. Over here I was like, I'll charge, I'll overrun, and he won't be able to charge me over here. So I moved my tribesmen, moved the cat behind them, rallied, of course, the scraplings, and rallied them so they would be front to the flagellants, and the flagellants, when they charge, they would have to go overrun there. I'm trying to stay away from those flagellants. I am able to do a couple of wounds. The artillery doesn't do much. I killed the crossbows. Okay, wait a second. Let's try to get a more accurate picture of what's happening. What happened? I got +1 to hit on myself because of the buff wagons that he can bring to support. Okay, oh, my cat is putting her claws into me. Can't focus with that. Yeah, I was trying to, I guess, then buff my my unit. I killed, of course, the crossbowman. I got the charge in here on the southern board. Oh, and the cat won the combat with the knights. They didn't do anything to me. I didn't do anything to them, but I had a charge in the flanks. I won by 1 because of the banner. Oh, one worst case scenario is if he would do 1 wound, we stuck over here, and he would have to turn around, kill me, turn around, takes care of this unit for a while, right? He gets again the altered. He got again in his last turn altered side on his cannon. He's putting wounds on my artillery. My catapult is broken forever. So I'm moving him on the hill for the charges. So he charged over here. He moved the militia to chaff me. He didn't realize though that after combat I can pivot. So the militia chaffing me doesn't really chaff me. And he's trying to buff himself with strength. I stop and he gets the altered side again. But he hits, he goes after my cannon, he hits, he fails to wound actually. He misfires with the steam tank again, and he again got a wound on himself. So at this point, he's doing a good job trying to kill his own steam tank. I win the combat with uh, the Imperial Guard, and I pivot instead of pursuing, so that I wouldn't get bogged down over here, and I wouldn't let him get the charges and set up and everything. So it's gonna be my turn. He's gonna clean this up. He cleans the scraplings and turns around to face over here. I charged with. I looked at a few different things. I charged with the bruisers, and I was trying to fit the charge with the traps, and also that's why I tried to charge the militia off. He fled with the militia from the bombardiers. I get in, and he countercharges me. I keep forgetting about that those units can countercharge me, so I'm like, oh shit. And I'm trying to buff myself up. I'm gonna be trying to buff myself up. Okay, so here are the movement. He rallied the knights on his turn. I move my cat to be doing flank or rear charge threat. March checks being just super annoying. Move my cat behind. Move the catapult up for counter charges. Keep the triumphant for counter charges. If we get back down over here, or if they need to deal with the tribes with the flagellants. I keep trying to put some wounds from. I think this time I tried to. What I do? This time I think the catapult actually hit. The catapult actually hit and did between the catapult did actually what 7 wounds. So finally the catapult did something. The cannon I shot at his shot it at his buff wagon because the plan was to shoot the cannon and try to finish off bombardier. So I hit, wounded, he fails his ward save. I roll 1 for number of wounds, so 2 wounds on him. I'm like, oh, let's go YOLO Jolo, let's go try to finish the buff wagon. Maybe I'll luck out and be able to kill him between the 2 units, no, between 1 unit of bombardiers because the second one charged. And I'm actually not able to do anything, so. We go to combat. I have impact hit, I have breath weapon, I get he stopped the flaming source, he can't stop the hereditary, and he can't didn't stop he threw everything in the flaming source because I was like trying to get a bunch of impact hits. And he let me have hereditary and +1 to hit. The +1 to hit was the biggest one, that most important one. I think I had 3 dice and he failed to stop it, I believe. And so we go combat. And this is the situation where I have my Great Khan on the flank, so those characters cannot be fighting the units, so I challenged with the Great Khan, because if he accepts with anything else, those 2 guys cannot fight. And he accepted with his general, and he has a 1-up on it, and I just slaughter him. He does 1 wound to me only. Because I got he's like, yeah, I got like it's so hard to hit me because of the buff wagon. I got hatred and yada yada yada. I'm like, yeah, but I got impact hits and I got strength 7 hits and I have strength 7, AP 4, and I kill him. So then I proceed to slaughter the unit. This is where we are at after all the impact hits, the breath weapon, and the attacks, and then he whiffs with his sword and board guys. I mean, he's wounding me on 6s because of the hereditary, so he wounds me once, and I armor save it. Then we go to the agility 0. he is able to kill 3 of my guys, and I wipe the unit out. And he has a BSB left, and I put also a bunch of wounds on the flank between the stumps and everything. We counted it's an auto break, and I decided that if I'll pursue BSB, I'll probably get a BSB, but if I'll pursue the southern board, which is worth less, I'll get into flank of prelate. I'm like, well, let's use this opportunity to get a free charge and an extra turn of combat, get the value of this unit. So I pursue the southern board guys, I turn around and I get a flank charge on his prelate with both of my buffs. I mean, that's a huge return of the value. I just killed his Imperial Guard, I kill his southern board. I'm getting secondary at this point. He rallies. No, he doesn't rally. He's BSB actually. He charges the bombardiers. He was looking. He was looking at the possibility of charges onto the flank, but I was like, I got 18 inches of my leadership, so even if you get a flank charge and I close myself to you, it doesn't matter because I'll have steadfast, I'll reform, and then I'll be attacking his wizard. And since his wizard has a death cheater, I can cast flaming swords on it and just kill it. He's not as fighty as the other guy, so he decided not to do that. His militia gets. His PSP fails. His militia moves backwards, I think. He is buffing the strength on his prelate. He move up the buff wagon to be giving bonuses. He move up the cavalry. I mean, to be giving distracting. He move up his cavalry. He pivots his tank and shoots. He charges over here. And this is where we are at. Oh, he still keeps blessing it. So this is all the buffs that he got. I was not planning on actually taking the challenge. I have 1 wound on my general. But then I was like, well, he's a 4-up ward save and everything, and I need to be putting wounds on him. If I'll decline the challenge with my general, he'll kill a bunch of bruisers, and I may not do enough damage to kill him. So, in the challenge, he's able to do 2 wounds to my general, and I do these 3 wounds, kill his Popmobile. I got 1 through his ward save, and I killed his Popmobile. So now I get a free pivot. So I pivot like that to see everything over there. I'm like, I don't care about these guys because even if he wins with the bombardiers, I'll have still chaff units to chaff you if you face this direction. So I face over there where the BSB is, where the cannon and the wizard is worth a lot of points are. And then I charged his BSB. Actually, decided to go different order. So decided to charge a BSB. BSB fled off the board, and I redirected into his Powermobile. It is wizard. He fled off the board also. So I decided to pursue the BSB. His cannon is misfire on his turn. He kills the bombardiers. If overruns, doesn't do the DTs don't matter to him. I move my cat over here to charge. It's chaff, giving a flank charge to both of those units, so that the artillery park would be safe. He panicked his. Oh no, Misha panicked from something. I don't remember when we moved it, I think, out of the order or something. I think Misha, I think, panicked from. I don't remember what this panicked from. Sorry. So. At this point, I'm gonna move my tribesmen to continue getting secondary, And I decided that I need to get with my magic. I need to try to get rid of the cannon. Move up, trying to put some shots onto the steam tank. And I made a mistake. I put a pyro flow on the militia. I think it was large pyro flow even. And he stopped it. I was basically able to do only one wound on the cannon. So very uneventful magic phase. And then he charged the cat, took the DTs, passed them all, didn't fail a single DT. I was able to do 3 wounds from with my cannon to him. He moves the cannon outside of my charge range. He goes through with his, he keeps his crossbows over here because I'm so far with my general that bombardiers are outside of the line of sight. So I moved away actually with my artillery, so that would more than 6 inches between the bombardiers and the catapult, more than 6 inches between the catapult and the second catapult to minimize the chance of them panicking themselves. They're insignificant, so they won't panic the other 2 units. He put his cavalry forward. He passes the march check again. Oh, and then I reminded him that actually he cannot move his cannon because his cannon didn't misfire. His cannon failed the panic check when the PSB ran away or the cart ran away. I don't remember which one. So he couldn't move it away. He shot with his crossbows into my bombardiers. They did only 1 wound, so that was lucky. And then this thing happened. He shot with the cannon into my cannon, and I just blanked out, didn't see it that it can happen. I didn't think about, well, neither did I see. I didn't think about what's going to happen if he kills my cannon, and he panics both of my catapults actually. And so here we are. One catapult runs off, cannon's dead, and the other catapult runs over there. Does 1 wound the bombardiers, kills the chaff, gets the chaff does only I think 1 guy. He wins the combat, and he turns around facing the other direction. I decided to move my wizard out. I did a bunch of shenanigans, tried to put my great can over there. I couldn't get it. So this is what happens. I moved my wizard over here. I was like, I need to get rid of the cannon. I'll get rid of the cannon with some magic. I'll try to panic off the crossbows. And I'll try to put 1 last wound on the steam tank, right? I moved my bombardiers, marched them out of the line of sight for these 2 units, and then I changed my mind and decided that I want to keep the cover and see also these guys, and I put them a little bit backward. I thought I moved them away from the line of sight of the whatever they're called. I keep forgetting their name, flagellants, but I messed up and I didn't. I put the flaming pyroclastic flow on the crossbow. This is, guys, the best example of make a plan and then decide to not go with your own plan for no good damn reason. So I put a pyroclastic flow, and I thought that he'd be trying to stop it. He's like, nah. I do a bunch of wounds to his crossbow. They flee, and I put a wound on the cannon. 1 wound left, and I'm unable to finish it. My shooting doesn't do anything to his steam tank. He charges the bombardiers. I flee. And I know what's happening over here. That was the mistake. And why was the mistake? That I didn't target everything I could into the cannon that I said and I knew that I need to finish. Because now he can shoot with the cannon and the steam tank into my wizard. Like, guys, when you make a plan, stick with the plan. Right? So I fell to the bombardiers. He fails to catch, passes all the DTs again. the whole unit. Doesn't roll a single one. I charged the cat into the rear of his cavalry. I failed to get there. I rallied the. No, this is his turn still, right? I lucked out with the wizard that he didn't kill him. He rallied his crossbowmen. I failed the charge of the cat. I decided that since I'm gonna be greedy, I'll try to get a last wound onto his steam tanks. It's my last turn. I win the secondary. I rallied those guys. Let's try to get a steam tank, because I was like, I have 3 wounds on my general, and I'm not gonna be charging the steam tank because I have 2 wounds left. And if he, between his breath weapon and the giant attacks, does 2 wounds, I lose my general for the cost of half the points of the steam tank. So this is where the game pretty much finishes. I pyro off the pyro of the cannon. He passes the panic on the. No, I kill the last 2 guys from the shooting crossbow and the viper's curse. And I failed. I don't remember if I got a steam tank finally. I think I failed to kill the steam tank. Those are the attacks. Those are 2 wounds. So I got 1 wound. So did he save it? No, he did save it. Yeah. Alright, so the steam tank was good, and this is where we finished the game, and it ended up being a 19-1 to me this time. I lucked out over here, fighting the Imperial Guard. I messed up over here in the late game when I let him panic off my artillery part by killing 1 cannon. The catapult never rallied actually over here. I messed up that I put the wrong units where I wanted them. The tribesmen again didn't get to do anything really the whole game, just kind of like beep boop around the map over here. I keep forgetting about the flank charges, but after the 3 games against yellow, I decided that this matchup is not green. It's a yellow. I think that I still think that I can win this matchup. I think it's still good. Good matchup for me, but I'm failing to capitalize on it. So, thanks for watching again. Like, subscribe, and all that. Those are my 3 games, 3 practice games against Empire, and I finally was able to get a victory on them. And this fighting against Imperial Guard was crucial over here. Thanks for watching. Peace.